Welcome to Build Strong Habits podcast channel. Sit back, relax, take your eyes off the screen, and listen. Just listen to this audio podcast, and let's start building habits that transform our life.
All right, so let's dive into a story that I think a lot of people will find pretty interesting, especially this time of year.
Okay.
Henry's The Gift of the Magi. Have you heard of this one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, a classic.
A classic for sure. And we thought it'd be the perfect one to take a look at
Yeah,
as we get into the holiday season.
definitely.
So I've got your notes here and some extra research, so we're ready to unpack all the layers of this story.
So it's good.
And you know what? I think one of the things that makes this story so powerful
Mm-hmm.
is that it really gets at those themes of love and sacrifice around the holidays.
Mm.
Something that I think so many of us can relate to.
Oh, for sure. And especially like when you throw in like the financial aspects.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
something a lot of people struggle with,
Totally.
during the holidays.
Absolutely. Trying to find that perfect gift when maybe you don't have a ton of money to work with.
Right.
So let's set the scene a little bit. It's Christmas time in a bustling city, and we meet Jim and Della, this young couple, deeply in love. But they're living in this very modest apartment,
Yeah.
and they're facing that classic holiday dilemma, right?
Yeah,
How to give the perfect gift
exactly.
when you're practically broke.
That age-old question.
Oh, Henry really lays it out there. He tells us that Della has only managed to save $1.87
Wow.
for Jim's gift. I mean, can you imagine? $1.87. What can you get with that these days?
Not much. Maybe like a candy bar or something.
Right, like a really small one.
Yeah.
But Della, she's determined. She wants to get Jim something truly special, and she has one prized possession.
Okay.
This incredible, long, beautiful hair. Now, back then, long hair wasn't just fashionable. I mean, it was a symbol of femininity to status.
Right.
Women literally took pride in their hair.
It's true. Like it was a part of their identity.
Yeah, it was almost like a social currency. And Della's hair, it's described as reaching her knees.
Yeah.
It's a cascade of beauty. But she makes this heartbreaking decision. She sells it.
She sells her hair.
She sells her hair for $20.
Yeah.
And she does it so she can buy Jim a platinum chain for his treasured heirloom gold pocket watch.
Wow. No, that's a sacrifice.
It is. I mean, can you imagine chopping off all your hair, something so intertwined with your identity,
Yeah.
to give someone a gift?
Yeah.
It really speaks to the depth of her love for Jim, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, she's willing to sacrifice a part of herself to bring him joy.
And the story doesn't stop there.
Mm.
O. Henry sets up this brilliant parallel with Jim.
Oh, really?
He also has something that he absolutely treasures. It's his grandfather's gold pocket watch.
Okay. I see where this is going.
So it's not just a timepiece, right?
Yeah.
It's a connection to his family history. So what does Jim do?
Let me guess.
He sells the watch.
You got it. He sells his beloved watch
Wow.
to buy Della a set of beautiful, elaborate combs for her hair.
Oh, no.
The kind she's always admired but could never afford.
Of course.
It's such a poignant reflection of Della's sacrifice, isn't it? It really is. They both gave up something deeply personal and meaningful to try to make the other happy.
And then, of course, we have that fateful Christmas Eve when they exchange gifts.
Oh, this is the part I've been waiting for.
Right. Okay. Picture this. Jim walks in, sees Della with her short hair, and he's utterly speechless.
Oh my gosh.
He's not angry. He's not disappointed.
Yeah.
But you can almost feel his heart sinking as he realizes what she's done.
Yeah.
And then, with trembling hands, he presents Della with her gift,
Oh.
the beautiful combs.
Oh, no.
And in that moment, the reality of their situation hits them both like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Their gifts bought with so much love and sacrifice are now useless.
That's both heartbreaking and kind of funny.
It is.
Yeah.
And you can't help but chuckle at the irony of it all.
Yeah.
But there's this underlying tenderness in their reactions. They don't
Yeah.
blame each other. They understand.
It's like the physical gifts become insignificant in the face of this shared act of love and sacrifice.
Exactly. They've lost something material, but they've gained something far more valuable.
I like that.
But hold on, we're just scratching the surface here.
There's more.
Oh, there's so much more to unpack. Henry isn't just telling a sentimental Christmas story. He's challenging our notions of wealth, of poverty, of what it truly means to give.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
I'm glad you said that because we've got so much more to discuss.
Okay.
We'll be back in a flash to delve deeper into the gift of the Magi. Don't go anywhere.
All right, I'll be right here.
You know, it really struck me when we were talking about Della selling her hair.
Mm.
I mean, it wasn't just a financial sacrifice, right? It was a social one, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Huh.
Back then, a woman's hair was like deeply connected to her social standing, to her attractiveness. I
Right.
mean, it was a big deal.
Huge.
And to think about what Della did,
Yeah.
it would have been seen as really bold, even scandalous.
So she's not just giving up something she loves.
Right.
She's giving up something that society valued, like, immensely.
Yeah. And I think O. Henry's playing with that idea throughout the story.
Yep.
This whole idea of like what society values versus what's truly important.
He's contrasting their material poverty with their incredible richness of spirit.
Exactly. They may not have much money,
Right.
but their love for each other. That's their real treasure.
It's like he's saying true wealth isn't measured in dollars and cents.
Right.
It's measured in the depth of your love.
And your capacity for sacrifice.
And that message, I think it's even more relevant today
Oh, for sure.
when we're constantly told to buy this to find your worth.
Yeah. It's all about what you own.
Right. The gift of the Magi. It offers this refreshing counterpoint to that whole mentality.
It reminds you of what really matters.
It's a reminder that the most meaningful things in life often can't be bought.
It's true.
You know the way Jim looks at Della, even with her short hair?
Yeah.
The way they both laugh through their tears when they realize the irony of their gifts? That's the real magic of the story.
It's about the connection they have.
And it brings us to another really interesting part of the story, I think.
Okay, what's that?
This transformative power of perspective.
Ooh, tell me more.
Okay, well, on the surface, you could look at this ending as tragic, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Jim loses his watch.
Yeah.
Della loses her hair. Their gifts are useless.
Yeah.
But O. Henry, I think he wants us to look beyond that material loss
Right.
and see the love that motivated those actions.
It's about shifting your focus.
From what they lost to what they gained.
Exactly. And what they gained is so much more powerful.
Their bond is strengthened.
Right.
Their understanding of each other's love, it just grows deeper.
Even in the face of hardship, there's always something to be grateful for.
And sometimes I think those hardships can actually bring us closer to the people we love.
Oh, absolutely. Like going through a fire together,
Yeah.
it tests the strength of your bond. And in this case, it proves that their love is unbreakable.
Speaking of powerful storytelling, we can't overlook O. Henry's writing style.
Oh, yeah. He's a master.
The way he uses irony.
Yeah.
He describes their apartment as a furnished room where there was nothing to furnish it with but love.
I love that line.
He calls Jim and Della two foolish children.
Right.
It's witty and heartwarming at the same time.
Yeah. He blends humor and pathos so well.
It's like he's poking fun at them,
Yeah.
but he's also celebrating their love.
He doesn't judge them.
He just kind of gently mocks their folly.
It's like he's saying, yeah, they might be a little foolish, but their hearts are in the right place.
And that makes them so relatable.
Right. We've all done silly things for love.
But it's that intention, the purity of heart that really shines through.
That's what matters in the end.
Okay, I'm ready for the final layer of this cake.
Okay, let's hear it.
We've talked about sacrifice perspective, O. Henry's writing,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still that connection to the Magi,
The wise men.
the wise men who traveled from afar to bring gifts to baby Jesus.
Right.
What's the significance of that? Why bring them into the story?
Well, that's where O. Henry takes this story to a whole other level. He's inviting us to consider the true meaning of giving, the deeper symbolism behind these acts of love.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. Tell me more. Okay, so we're back and ready to explore this whole connection to the Magi.
You know, we've talked about like the material versus the emotional value of gifts.
Right.
But bringing in the Magi, it adds a whole other layer.
Yeah, it's not just like a cute little Christmas reference.
Right.
So what's O. Henry really getting at here?
I think he's elevating this simple story to something almost like sacred.
Okay.
Remember the Magi's gifts? They weren't just random presents,
Yeah.
gold, frankincense, myrrh. They were like deeply symbolic offerings.
Okay.
Gold symbolized a king frankincense divinity, and myrrh foreshadowed Christ's sacrifice. It's like Jim and Della's gifts. Even though they end up being kind of useless,
Right.
they carry a similar weight.
So Della's hair represents her beauty, her willingness to sacrifice for love.
Exactly.
And Jim's watch represents his family history, his hopes for a future with Della.
And by giving up these things,
They're offering like the most precious parts of themselves.
wow, that's a powerful thought.
It really is a beautiful parallel to the Magi offering their treasures to honor Christ.
So what's the takeaway for us modern folks?
Well, I think O. Henry is challenging us,
Okay.
especially around the holidays,
Yeah.
to think about our priorities.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the shopping and spending.
It really is.
But the gift of the Magi, it offers a different perspective.
It reminds us that generosity isn't about the amount of money you spend.
It's about that willingness to make sacrifices for the people we love.
It's about giving from the heart.
Even if it means giving up something that's really meaningful to us.
Exactly.
Like Della's hair or Jim's watch.
And giving that kind of love,
Yeah.
it goes beyond the material world.
It's about those intangible gifts.
Things like love, understanding, compassion.
That joy of making someone truly happy.
Yeah.
I think we've uncovered some real gems today.
I agree.
This story, it's so much more than just a sweet little Christmas story. Right.
It makes you think about your own relationships, your choices.
And that's what good literature does.
It stays with you.
It makes you think.
So to wrap things up, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
Think about the people you love most in the world. What sacrifices have you made for them? What would you be willing to do to bring them joy? What truly priceless gifts do you have to offer?
Those are great questions.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep exploring the world around you.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Build Strong Habits. Let us know in the comments how you feel about it and what topics you'd love to hear next. Always remember, we're here to build strong habits together.